I pretended to be failing math so my twin sister wouldn't feel alone in her learning disability. I spent 3 years deliberately failing math tests to protect my twin sister, who struggled with dyscalculia that our parents refused to acknowledge. They never knew I was getting perfect scores on separate makeup exams that only my teacher saw. Maya and I were identical in appearance, but completely different in how our brains worked. While I could intuitively solve math problems, Maya experienced genuine confusion and mounting panic when facing the same equations. Numbers transposed before her eyes, and simple calculations remained frustratingly elusive to her. Our parents, both successful engineers, couldn't comprehend her struggles with what came naturally to them. They frequently told her to just try harder, pointing out that I understood the concepts easily. The reasoning was simple but flawed. We were identical twins, so we must have identical abilities. The situation worsened in 7th grade when our math teacher suggested Maya might have dyscalculia. My parents dismissed this immediately, insisting there was no such thing and that she simply wasn't applying herself. That night, I found Maya crying in our bathroom, staring at herself in the mirror and questioning what was wrong with her. The next day, I made my decision. On our math test, I deliberately marked wrong answers, matching Maya's typical mistakes. When we both received A-minuses, our parents were horrified and subjected us to extra weekend study sessions where I pretended to struggle with concepts I understood perfectly. 2 weeks later, my teacher, Miss Reynolds, confronted me after class. She had noticed I was answering everything correctly on scratch paper before copying wrong answers onto the test. When she asked why, I explained everything about Maya's struggles and our parents' denial. Instead of reprimanding me, Miss Reynolds proposed a solution. I would take 2 versions of each test per one I failed alongside Maya, and a private makeup test that would determine my actual grade. Meanwhile, she would work with Maya during lunch periods to teach her methods designed for dyscalculia. This arrangement continued for 3 years. Maya slowly improved with proper teaching methods while I maintained my charade at home. Miss Reynolds convinced my parents to have Maya formally evaluated in 9th grade, resulting in an unequivocal diagnosis of dyscalculia. Finally faced with official documentation, my parents arranged proper accommodations for her. That evening, Maya confronted me about my deception after Miss Reynolds revealed everything to her. She was deeply moved to learn I had held myself back for years so she wouldn't feel alone. I simply told her she would have done the same for me. Our parents never discovered the full extent of my pretense. By graduation, Maya had developed strategies to manage her dyscalculia and pursued graphic design while I quietly excelled in advanced mathematics before studying engineering, not to fulfill my parents' expectations, but because I genuinely loved it. Sometimes love means deliberately failing tests you could ace. Sometimes protection requires making yourself smaller, so someone else doesn't feel diminished. What my parents never understood was that identical doesn't mean equal paired, and that's perfectly okay.